Hello, anybody who's watching this, welcome to the Balloon Boy, to my reaction, of course, to the Balloon Boy, the Untold Story by Internet Historian. I have no idea what this is about. Like, not a single, I can't even guess by the name. So, I guess I'm gonna be in for a ride. And if you want to send me a video for me to react to, you can use my donation link in the description below. I would say that properly, if I could talk. But yes, you can send it my way through the donation link in the description below, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. I don't know why I repeat things. Lights open. Okay.
Good evening. I'm
Hello.
Mike Check, and tonight on Unsolved Internet Mysteries, Balloon Boy. Here's the story you probably know. On October 15th, 2009,
Probably don't
Falcon Heaney, 6 years old, hopped into a balloon and was carried off into the air. For 2 hours and 60 miles, he traveled across the vistas of Colorado, eventually landing just shy of Denver International Airport. But when they opened up the saucer, there was no boy. At first it was feared that Falcon had fallen along the way, and a manhunt started to find the boy's body.
Was he even
But
real?
after a couple of hours, Falcon wandered into the living room of the family home and confessed that he had been hiding in a box in the attic of the garage. It was one of the biggest news stories and memes of the year.
Memes of the year 2009? Holy shit. In Russia, it's like 2011.
During the event, Balloon Boy was also the most searched term on Google.
Oh.
But it was an expensive game of hide and seek. Up to 50 rescue workers were involved, including 2 military helicopters, police, the Colorado National Guard, the Federal Aviation Administration, ambulances, firefighters, and the balloon drifted so close to the airport that a bunch of flights had to be rerouted.
Oh my god.
The total cost of the incident was estimated at $2 million.
Just because of a big
Press
balloon?
flocked to the Heaney home, and the family gave an interview on CNN.
Interesting photography going on
this
here.
happened.
I saw that.
Falcon, did you hear us calling your name at any time? You did?
You did?
Why didn't you come out?
You guys said that we did this for a show.
Police and the press were quick to change angle from accident to publicity stunt.
Yeah.
The mother and father were charged,
For the show?
and they pleaded guilty. So that's the story.
3 shares, damn.
Or is it? To this day, Richard Heaney, the father, adamantly claims it was never a hoax, just an experiment gone wrong. And after doing my own research, I'm starting to believe him. This is the story you probably don't know.
Well, yeah.
Let's take a closer look at Richard Heaney. He's an interesting guy. He likes to do science and chase storms.
Getting into the path of the oncoming tornado.
He is also an inventor.
Damn, that's what I thought.
Hi, I'm inventor Richard Heaney, and boy do I love my truck! That's why I would never permanently mount toolboxes or a lumber rack on the back. No! I'm gonna use my pickup to pick up hot chicks! Yes! 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 Yeah! Yeah! HeaneyDuty.com!
He's obviously nuts and a bit of a human meme.
Yeah.
I just invented perpetual motion.
And what about the rest of the family?
No, you didn't.
Youngest, Falcon. Eldest, Bradford. His wife, Mayumi, originally from Japan. And middle child, Ryu. The family appeared on the hit reality TV show Wife Swap twice. And it was their behavior on the show that made the police and the press suspicious. Before we break down the case against Richard Heaney, I'm going to show you raw footage from the liftoff. Now, first thing, did you see it? Helium canisters. 3. They're big and they're expensive, and it's much more helium than they would need for a one-time hoax. But the right amount for ongoing experiments.
Sure.
This is a purpose...
But also it can be for multiple experiments. He just has them there to fill up the balloon. This balloon and maybe something else another his invention or experiment?
Built structure for Richard's experiments. Seems elaborate for a hoax.
The
A
hexagon?
high voltage sticker, because Richard really was testing electronics on board.
Okay.
Hold on, Brad. Cut. Record.
Yeah.
This is a release cord, not a tether, by the way.
One.
Whoa!
God. Okay.
Oh,
Are you in? Taylor!
One of the loose tethers.
Get up like a tether now!
Now, Richard gets mad, and it really doesn't feel like acting. Either
yeah.
he genuinely is losing his temper over the loss of his balloon, or he's deliberately making himself out to look like an asshole.
Spider-Man! You tethered out, Jesus! What is this? God damn it! Why you...
The kid sure is doing a good job of acting too, and
Yeah.
remember that they would only have one take because there's only one balloon.
What are you talking about? I told you to tie down tethers. I did! I told you to tie tethers. No, you know what it is? You never listen to what I say. No, the whole thing, gone. Son of a... Where?
A fourth canister.
He was just here. What? No, he's not. He was just right here. Falcon!
So weird.
But here's another weird thing.
Huh?
This photo from the police shows that Richard's electrical equipment for readings and experiments is still on board. Why? Why let your stuff get smashed out in a field somewhere?
Yeah.
Now that you've seen the liftoff, let's look at the case against the Heenies. That the balloon couldn't have lifted Falcon. He called the news before 911, the live slip-up on television, a confession, and a guilty plea. Pretty airtight, right? Nope.
Well,
Let's
depends
start
on
from the top.
what it shows.
Could
Okay,
this
there we
balloon
go.
lift a boy? The balloon is 17 feet wide by 6 feet tall. With this, we can figure out the surface area and the volume. We also know the construction materials. Plastic, alfoil, cardboard, thin plywood, duct tape, wire, strings, tether. The balloon's total volume is over 900 cubic feet. That gives us a lift potential of 65 pounds, minus the weight of the craft, and Falcon only weighed 37 pounds, the police weighed him. That gives you enough lift potential to raise the boy with another 11 to 12 pounds to spare.
But it
Next
went-
point. You're about to hear
I won't say it went quite fast up, but yeah, the boy wasn't there in the end. So,
the 911 call. The media and police both said that Richard called the news first, then 911. That was a lie. The phone
Okay.
records show that he called the FAA first, because he knew they could track the balloon better. Then they told him to call 911 and he immediately did so. When he did, the 911 operator put him on hold. When taken off hold, Mayumi picks up the phone.
Okay. And so it was an experimental plane?
It's a flying saucer.
And that's gone too, right?
I'm sorry?
How long is the flying saucer gone as well?
We gotta get my son.
Okay. Hang on just 1 second. Don't hang up, okay? Just a minute.
They get put on hold for a second time.
Ma'am, does it have any kind of a tracking device or anything on it?
No.
Okay, where was the saucer? Was it in the backyard?
Yeah, here, take that. Hello?
Yes, is this Richard?
Yes, it is.
Was the flying saucer in the backyard?
Yes.
Okay, it obviously has electronics where he can know how to work it. He gets it up off the air, off the ground.
No, he doesn't know how to operate.
So we
can't
are
even
sure that
operate
he's in
from
that.
inside.
Yeah, we looked everywhere, and then my son just said because we had it tethered, it wasn't supposed to take off.
So there's no electronics on it. There's no tracking device, right?
No.
Okay, hang on just a second.
By this point, they've now spent 20 minutes with the police and they've been put on hold for a
Jesus
third time.
Christ.
So it was no wonder that they called the news and asked for a helicopter. Next point. What did Falcon have to say about the answer he gave on CNN?
Well, what happened was, this Chinese reporter walked up to me. He asked me if I could show him how he got in the attic for his TV shows. So I said, okay. And then after that, another person asked me,
Is that
so
Falcon?
What, so
Damn,
what
his hair
happened
is
about this
long.
balloon thing? I was like this. I did it for the show. I said that because I thought he was talking about the Chinese guy.
It's not a great excuse, but
Okay.
it's within the realm of possibility. On the day of the Heaney's arrest, the police
know
issued
why.
a warrant to take phones,
Thank you, Lapis on the Moon, for a follow. Whoever you are, I'm not streaming, but thank you.
computers, documents, cameras, everything they could. And what did they find?
Wait,
Phone
let's go back.
possibility. On the day of the Heaney's arrest, the police issued a warrant to take phones, computers, documents, cameras, everything they could. And what did they find?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nada. They interviewed Falcon, Brad, Rio, each several times without parental supervision. Again, what did they get? Nothing. So the police had nothing. That's not great for the prosecution.
But
So
they
the
still
police
plead
would
guilty.
need a confession. They tried Richard, but he wasn't admitting to anything. So they pressed Mayumi, and she spilled the beans. But hold on, because her confession sucks. English is not her first language.
Yeah.
Police arranged the meeting under false pretenses, so she didn't have a lawyer with her. And also, it doesn't make any sense. She said in the confession that they built the craft only 2 weeks prior. Interesting. Here's Sherry from Wife Swap.
There was one point where I had to hold the spaceship and clean it and carry it, and Falcon ran into the spaceship and hid in there.
Built 2 weeks prior? Well, Sherry just said that she was cleaning it during filming, which was 8 months ago.
Are you suspicious of him, and if so, why?
Knowing him, I couldn't imagine that he would tell the whole country that his son was up in a balloon.
She also speaks about Falcon.
What's Falcon like?
Literally is the type of child that you would actually see that would go into the spaceship. So it wasn't
Mischievous kid.
surprising that maybe Richard might have thought he was in there.
So that leaves a big question. Why did the police pick on Richard Heaney?
I'm being persecuted, I think, for the benefit of Albany. His term runs out in
Because of the
2011.
damage,
He's probably going to run for
maybe.
governor, who knows.
That
But
in
not
the
off
end
my
was for
back.
nothing.
How dare Richard Heaney accuse an honest man like Sheriff Alderton of... Oh. Richard said that he was taking it to court.
No.
He would not
His
plead
attorney.
guilty. He would not confess. So over the next month, the police applied pressure, bringing up topics such as Mayumi's citizenship status and federal charges. It was lose-lose for Richard.
Wouldn't have she have a
Potential
green card
felonies,
because she's
the
married
cost
to
of
American?
court and lawyers. His wife could be deported. The story was #1 on Google, and the press had already decided it was a hoax, so any jury would be stacked against him.
What?
It was a hoax.
Yeah, we know.
Guilty or innocent, this plea was the only sensible choice he had. The Heaneys were handed a $36,000 fine and a short term in jail, and Richard would have to formally apologize in court before a judge and the police.
I'm very, very sorry. And I want to apologize to, all the rescue workers out there and the people that got involved in the community.
Lastly, despite poring over dozens of interviews over the span of 8 years, I have not been able to find one instance where Richard has been caught in a lie. There's evidence of the police lying, evidence of the media lying.
Well, that's obvious.
Richard's story has not changed. So where does that leave us really? One piece of evidence. This interview. The testimony of a sleep-deprived 6-year-old who's not even really listening to the question. That's it. Those 10
He's
words
barely
are the
talking.
main substance of the case against Richard Heaney. When I first started researching this story, I thought it would be a fun chance to take a few cheap shots at some liar from Colorado. But now I'm not so sure. I'm not saying for certain that this isn't a hoax, but I think there is more here than what was decided in the press and by memes in October of 2009.
Hi, I'm inventor Richard Heaney. If you itch like a son of a twitch, then you need my latest invention, the patent-pending bear scratch. Check it out. Oh, man, this thing feels good. This thing's strong. Oh. Ah, God.
Okay. Oh, that's what that's about. Okay, I'm not watching that. Unless somebody recommends it, of course, but by my own thing, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm kind of, after hearing all that, yeah, it's much stronger case on him being innocent than not. Than him doing this on purpose. Kids, on the other hand, yeah, like the one filming maybe saw the, what was his name? Oh, it's Richard Heaney. Damn it. Falcon. I think Brad was filming, so fuck it. The kid that was filming. So Brad, fuck me. The kid that was filming saw Falcon climb on board, then could have easily been distracted because he's a kid, and then didn't see Falcon leave and hide, I guess, somewhere else. So he was actually terrified and saying that. Still, Richard kind of seems like quite a garbage human being. Well, for like verbal abuse to his wife and child, but he also seemed, if everything was true, if everything was real, he like did everything in his power to find his own son. So he definitely loves his kid. He was just an emotional, probably. In the wife swap, it was like 8 months difference. So he built it. He probably like spent around a year, if not more, on that project, and then just flew away. So his emotion got better of him, and he started screaming. Maybe just like it was a one-off thing, just boiled over. Maybe also he tried that before, and maybe it went wrong, so he was already on edge about doing it again. I don't know. There could have been a lot of like background situations, and maybe in that 30-minute video on incognito mode, it answers some of these questions, but I don't know. I'll believe him because there's much more evidence for this being truth and less evidence, of course, for it being fake, for them faking it. Also, I don't see a point, just publicity, because they got sued, like even led guilty on that. So they neither went to jail, maybe he went to jail for some time, or they just paid probably quite a big fine. So there was no point of it being a fake. If it was a fake and backfired in their face like that, what is the point? So people would be talking about it, so people maybe see his inventions. But it's like, it's no point. What, a bear scratcher thing? Or the flying foil balloon? Like, I don't know. People are weird, so searching for logic and reason sometimes is beyond the point. Ooh, PlayStation Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition is live right now. Wow. Anyway. Thank you anybody who watched this. Leave in the comments what you think if you're still here. I would love to read that. I'd love to read like theories, maybe you yourself explore this kind of stuff. That would be fun to read. And maybe after reading it, I will decide to actually watch the Richard Heaney's in his own words thing. Maybe that will be fun. So again, thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Have a great life, because one of us has to.